Hello and welcome back. It's puzzle time with Sudoku Sleuth, and today we're going to be playing Weird Arrow Man. And I think that's very much what the thumbnail is showing. You've got Sleuth exploring the jungle and coming across a weird arrow man. At least it looks like the man is being a little bit friendly. The arrow is not necessarily drawn on his bow, and it seems like it's more curious than anything else. Now, a little bit about this puzzle. Well, first thing is it's not going to be a surprise that as soon as I actually put it up, you're going to see a weird arrow man on the grid. But it's from Adem Jaziri, and I don't think we've actually ever featured a puzzle from him before. But the puzzle has got a, excuse me, a stunning 97% rating at this time. So I'm really looking forward to playing this, and hopefully it'll be a reasonably smooth solve. Let's take a look at today's puzzle and rule sets. So I think you kind of need to tilt your head a little bit, look at it 45 degrees, and you can almost see, the arrow, the legs, sorry, the head, the legs, two of them, and then arms kind of and chest. Yeah. And I'm not too sure what these are. Maybe two bows? Who knows? But you can definitely see the weird arrow man that Adam was referring to. So anyhow, let's take a look at the rule sets, although it's going to be a little bit sparse as you can see. Normal Sudoku rules apply. We know that one, place the digits 1 to 9 once each in every row, column and 3 by 3 box. If I can select one, there you go. Then we have arrows. So digits on an arrow sum to the digit in the attached circle. Digits may repeat on an arrow if allowed by other rules. So for example, if this cell here is 1 and 2, this cell would have to be a 3, so that whatever is on the arrow, whatever it sums to, has to be in its attached circle. Now, in some cases, for example, this one here, well, this will sum up to a value. Let's go with 3, 4, that's 7. These two can repeat, that's allowed, so it would have to be 3, 4, for example, and this could be 2, 5. So each arrow is independently coming up to whatever is inside the circle. Last but not least, we've got white Kropki dots peppered throughout the puzzle. I can see, a handful around. And what does it say? Cells separated by a white dot contain consecutive digits, and not all dots are necessarily shown. So that was 2, for example. This would have to be 1 or 3 to make sure that it is indeed consecutive with the 2. That 2 could have a 3 next to it, and the absence of a white dot, even though it's consecutive, is not a problem. Negative constraints do not apply. So I did say fairly straightforward set of rules. Really interested to see how this plays. If you are equally so and you want to decipher what's going on with this weird man, well, link will be in the description down below as usual for you to do so. And with that said, I'm going to restart the clock and see how I get on. So the place to start is definitely these two extremes. And I'll explain why. So in 3 cells, the minimum I can make is 1, 2, 3. That's already at 6. In 2 cells, the minimum I could make is 3 with 1 and 2. And that is already the maximum single digit that I can place in here. So that's a 9. And I'm guessing, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, that's another 9. Let's keep going. So this is at least, if you skip the 3, that's 4, 5. And then plus another digit that is way too big. So you have to have a 3 in here with 4 or 5, and therefore this is another 1, 2. So if it's 3, 4, that would be 7 plus a 2 to get to 9. 3, 5, that would be an 8 with a 1 to get to 9. And same setup over here. It's not quite rotationally symmetrical, but it's quite similar, to be fair. And then where do we go from here? Given that's all I've pencil mark, I get the sentiment that this puzzle is all about 1s, 2s, and 3s. So let's start with 1s and 2s for a second. 1s and 2s, 1s and 2s. In box 1, they are clearly on the arrow. In fact, I can do a little bit better. Take a look at, sorry, I meant corner pencil mark. Take a look at what is happening with these 1, 2, 3s. So if I put the 1 and 2 in the same column, I will break it because I'll need to put 1 and 2 and 3 in 4 different cells. Same with the row. So 1, 2, and 3 would be in 4 different cells. And again, that would be a problem. So this can't be a 1, 2, otherwise we'll break it. This is 1, 2. And 1, 2, 3 in the column, that is not the 3. That gives us another digit. 1, 2, 3 in the row, that's not a 3. That gives us another digit. That's not a 3. That's not a 3. Lovely. Threes. I mean, obvious one, sort of, sorry, senior moment. So threes are none of these. Essentially, where's 3 in box 4? Well, they've got to be on one of these 2 cells, so that eliminates all of this. This eliminates all of this. This 3 eliminates this. These, again, the 3 in box 2 has to be on these 2 cells. That's that. That's the only place for a 3. So this is not 6. This is 7, 8, or 9. And therefore, this is 4, 5, or 6, because I've got already 1, 2. I can't have a 3 on it, so 6 is off the table. And this is already at 3, plus either 4, 5, or 6 to get to 7, 8, or 9. Probably white Kropki dots next. Let's think about this. So this can't be 4, 5. Obviously, it breaks the same cell in the same box. It also can no longer be 5, 6, because that is, again, 3 numbers in 4 cells. So this can't be as low as 5. And it can't be any higher than 8. So this is 6, 7, 8, 8, not 9, with a definite 7. Same logic in here. Kind of something about white Kropki dots. I'm sure many of you are aware of it. Since they have to be consecutive, one digit has to be odd, one digit has to be even. 2 even digits can never be consecutive. So when you end up with a triplet like this, 6, 7, 8, well, the only odd digit is a 7. We can place 9s now in columns 2 and row 2. Where does 9 go? Well, that's not what I meant to do. That can't be in here. The only cell that's remaining is this cell. That's a 9. And the same is true for the column. That's another 9. Maybe 9s as well. Let's take a look at that. So 9s in box 5, and it can't be on the arrows. Otherwise, 9, even with a 1, that's 10. That's not a 2-digit number. Sorry, that's not a single-digit number that can write in. And 9 could actually be on this arrow. Actually, hang on, before I do that, here's a more obvious one. 9 in box 8. No, I did say it's a more obvious one. It's not a more obvious one. It's exactly the same. And I guess 9 is in one of 4 cells in box 9. That wasn't quite as fruitful as I was hoping. This has to be a 9 now, surely. Yeah, 9s, 9, 9. That's the only place for 9. That is a 6. That gives me my white Kropki dots. This is 7, 8. This is now 4, 5, presumably, yes. And the same logic will apply. This is 6, 7, 8. And then the loose digit is the 4, 5. That's another 4, 5. And these are 7, 8s. It's a fascinating puzzle. So now I have another 4, 5, then another 7, 8, and then a 6 somewhere in here. Not that useful. Then it's 4, 5, 7, 8. And therefore 4, 5, and 6. Okay. It really wasn't that useful. So just ignore what I was just looking at there. Didn't give anything. Didn't do too much about 1s and 2s. So let's think about these for a second. 1s and 2s. This can't be 1 or 2. So if it's 1, that would be a 2. And obviously this cell, I've already eliminated 1 and 2 from it. Now, if it's a 2, this would have to be a 3 because it can't be a 1 and it can't be a 3. So that entire section is gone. So 1 and 2 are in these 3 cells, where again the corner cell looks like it can't be. Kind of the obvious one is just take a look at the column, and you'd struggle to make 1s and 2s in 3 cells. And then take a look at the row, we've got the same challenge that we had earlier in the puzzle, where I need ones and twos, two of them, but I can't use this middle digit, otherwise it will break either the column or the row. So that's not 1 or 2. These are ones and twos. There's another 1, 2 in here. It's not in this column. It's in one of these two cells. I guess the same is true in here. No, excuse me, not there, there. What about box 9? 1 and 2, you can see that. 1 and 2, you can see that. 1 and 2 is in 3 cells. Can I play the same? I mean, I need to pencil mark more 1s and 2s. Let me just do that for a second, just so that I can visualize it. So what problem does that create? If I create 1 and 2 in here, in a single row, that would be the 3. Yep. And then that would be a 1, 2. That would be a 1. No, that wouldn't be a 1, 2. I've already placed it. That would be 1, 2. That would be 1, 2. That would be 1, 2. I'm not sure I see the problem. 1, 2. That would be the 3. That would be 1, 2. That would be 1, 2. So yeah, I'm not sure I can eliminate this cell here in the middle. I mean, these corner pencil marks are not quite right, because obviously I've been corner pencil mark this one as well, but wasn't exactly helpful. Let's just see what else is on the table. I mean, what I haven't done so far is actually use the arrows. And I should. Right, the obvious thing that I excluded is if one of these is 1, 2, that would be 3. So would the arrow. It's a kind of like a very obvious thing that I've missed there. So I can't have a double 3. That's not going to work in the same row. So that can't be 1, 2. Let me think about this. Yes. So let me try that again. Let me just demonstrate this. If this is a 1, 2, one of these two cells has to be it. Whichever one you pick is a problem, because you'd end up with 1, 2. This would be 3. And because this is an arrow sum, this would also be 3, and that would break. So that is 1, 2. That is 1, 2. Then we have a third one somewhere in here. And they're not 3s. So the 3s have to be in here, which we knew, alongside a 1, 2 in there. How do I determine which is which? Is a really good question. One thing I haven't really done much, to be fair, is actually any arrow sums, other than just briefly to eliminate the 3s from here and therefore the 1, 2s. What am I missing? 3s, maybe I haven't thought much about those. I mean, intuitively, 3 is going to be in one of these, just given the whole kind of diagonal symmetry that we have going on. I don't know how to prove that necessarily. So, unpleasant, but one thing that I can do. Yeah. This is a 3. Almost certainly a 3. Right. Let me explain the logic for that. So this cell here is not 1, 2, or 3. So the absolute minimum is a 4. Same here, 4. Now, because the 1 and 2 in box 5 are placed, this is a minimum of 3. So it can go as high as 4. If I do 4 and 4, 5, no, I couldn't even do that. Let me show you. If that's 4, and remember, this is a minimum of 4, so this could be 4, this could be 5. I still need to get to different digits in these two circles are in box 5. And then one would be 8, one would be 9, we were at conflict. So I'm pretty sure if I put a 4 in here, I've broken it. This has to be a 3. And then one of them is 4, one of them is 5. So that they get to 8 and 9. And then with the 1 and 2 in here, sorry, not 8 and 9, I meant 7 and 8, excuse me. So this has to be the same digit. It's a 6. With the 1 it gets to 7, with the 2 it gets to 8. So that's a 6. And then these two cells are also 4, 5. That's just the remaining digits in box 5. It's a fascinating puzzle, Adam. I don't know how you've managed to construct such a involved puzzle. Let me put it this way. So this is 1, 2, 3. This is a minimum of 4 again. Kind of wondering if the 1, 2... No, it can't be. We already established 2 of these. So yeah, this can't be 1, 2. This can't be 1, 2. And it's adding up to 7 or 8. This is a 3. This is 4 or 5. Like no other way of doing it. Because essentially 1, 7 is gone. Well, 1, 2, 1... No, hang on. 1, 2, that's what I meant to say, eliminates this cell. 1, 2 eliminates this cell. So the minimum on this arrow is a 3. So 1, 7, 2, 5. Sorry, 1, 7, 2, 6 for an 8 is gone. And then for a 7, 1, 6, 2, 5 is gone. So it's really only 3, 4, 5. Which also means that is another 3 and this is another 4, 5. These 2 cells now are 6, 7, 8. As are these 2 cells. I don't know how to determine which one is the 6. Have to keep going, I guess. So the second 4, 5... So I was briefly thinking about using coloring, and maybe that, like here, I'm going to just briefly use it. But I'm not entirely certain that's helped at all. Because orange is now in here, yellow is now in there. So yellow's not here, and there's no other place for 4, 5. That's yellow, that's orange, that's yellow. Yeah, really hasn't helped with orange. Yellow 4, 5 is in here. I need, excuse me, I need to actually pencil mark more 4, 5s to actually stand a chance of using this. That's orange. Yeah, I've already got this one. And you need a yellow 4, 5, which can only be in here, which eliminates this as a yellow. This is yellow, this is another 4, 5. Then probably same logic in here somewhere. How did I deduce that? Yeah, this 9. Yes, this has to be orange, therefore this is not orange, this is orange. This is not the 6. Was it ever the 6? No. 6 is in one of these 2 cells. So this is back to 6, 7, 8. A question I should probably ask myself, where was I going with the 4, 5s again? It's like I placed some and then just, let's carry on. 4, 5s. Where is the orange 4, 5 in here? Can it be on the circle? 1, 5, orange 4, 5. Therefore, these would have to be a yellow 4, 5 to add up to 1 or 2 in here. Could it be 4? No, because that would be 1, 3, and it can't be a 3. So it would have to be the 5. This would have to be, yes, 1, 4, because 2, 3 wouldn't work. So that would be the yellow 4, and that would be the orange 5. So, I mean, it's kind of possible. What would it do in here? If that's yellow. I mean, it's not symmetrical, so I'm highly tempted to say it's not going to work. Such as Sleuth, pay attention. 3s, once, you know, that gave you the final 3. Is it the final 3? That is not a 3. I think that is 9 3s now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah. This is just a straight up 7, 8 because it's not a 6. That's again the same. Here I am writing in. You remember these boxes had 6, 7, and 8. Well, this cell, because it's not a 6, it's just a 7, 8, which is helpful because it gives me a 7, 8 pair in the row. And therefore, in here, I have a 1, 2, which can't be these two cells, can't be these two cells. This is the only place for the 1, 2. And then I'm left with 9 and a yellow 4, 5, which, to be fair, could be either, as we were discussing earlier around this arrow. Right, same logic. 1, 2, 1, 2, eliminates all of these. 1, 2 eliminates this. 1, 2 eliminates that. That is a 1, 2 in the column, and therefore this is 4, 5, 9 again. So that's a triplet. These are back to 6, 7, 8s. Not sure how to progress this actually. So what I'm getting a sense of now, and I don't know how I didn't mention it at the start. As soon as I saw the white Kropki dots, this looks like the thing that basically unravels it all. So essentially, I'm going to have to end up pencil marking almost the entire grid, coming slowly towards box 9, using this white Kropki dot to basically just figure out what's going on. Fantastic construction. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 again. 6, 7, 8. 6, 7, 8. So I think what I want to do is think around which are not 6, 7, 8s. So I need a yellow. So I've got 4, 5, 6 with a definite 6 and a yellow digit in here with a orange one here. 4, 5, 9. Remember, this has to be 6, 7, 8. So that's 2, 6, 7, 8s. This is 6. What would this be? I've got the 1, 2s. So this would be 4, 5, or 9, and clearly can't be a 9 on an arrow sum. So that would be the orange 4, 5. If this is 6, 7, 8. It can't be anything else, surely. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is 6, 7, 8. Now the other possibility is this is not a 6. This is the orange 4, 5, in which case this would be 6, 7, 8. This would be 6, 7, 8. Now in every scenario I think I've just gone through, so if this is a triple 6, 7, 8, this couldn't be the 9. This would have to be 4, 5, which it can't be, Sleuth, because the sums of these things, yeah, it could be 1, 4, and 5. Yeah, it could be. So I need to sort of somehow prove the symmetry just that little bit more. Tiny bit more. I really need to do some Sudoku. I think this being potentially something other than 9 is just throwing off a lot of things. Let's just think about 9s for a second. Where can 9 go? No, that's a 9. There you go. Right, so that's orange. That's yellow. So 4, 5 is one of these two cells. The yellow 4, 5 is one of these two. And it can't be this one, where it would add up to 1 and 2 plus 4 or 5 to get to 9. So that's not going to happen. That's 4, 5. And I'm guessing the same logic for the orange. So no oranges, no orange. Can't be 1, 2 plus 4, 5 to get to 9. That's orange. Right. Since that can't be a 3, so if this is a 4, the options are 3, 5. Not 3, not 5. That can't be a 4. That's a 5. That's a 6. And we've got, that was fantastic, Adam. I say that as if suddenly I'm going to be able to solve it from here, but I think I am. I think I am. I think I am. Just say it loud enough. That 4 gave me a 6 and a 4. This is now 6, 7, 8. Not 6s, excuse me. And therefore the only place for a 6 is in here. And I'm sure I can use the same logic elsewhere. That 4, let me think, 7, 8, 7, 8. Yeah, 4 and 5, that is the 6. That is not a 6. That is a 5, in fact. Yeah, for posterity, I will color it. I will color this one. I think that is 9 4s. Yeah, 9 5s. Yeah. 6s we can probably just about place now. No. 6, 7, 8s again. But the 5s were probably helpful. Surely, yes, it gave me this 8. And therefore a 7, and therefore a 2, a 1, and yeah, we're up and running. 8, 7. Famous last words, I say up and running. Oh, yeah, 7, 8, 8. And surely these 1, 2s, yes, they will do the work. 2, 1, 8, I meant. Did I do this correctly? I think I did. 7, 1, 2, 1, 7, 8. 7 goes in here, that's 8, that's 7. 1 goes 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. This is 6, 7. Seemingly not resolved. This is 6, 8. Seemingly not resolved again. This is just 2. That 6 is resolved. Pardon me. 7, 6. Maybe I should just pay attention. No, I didn't do this here. That is 6. Which gives me 8, gives me 6, gives me 8, gives me 7, gives me 8. And if I've not made any other mistakes, that's a 7 for the finish. That is a stunning puzzle, Adam. Absolutely deserving of the 97% rating. I mean, it's... When you look at sort of my solve time, this was 24 minutes. And then yesterday I solved a 2-star difficulty rated puzzle in 17. So I don't know. I think this strikes me as more approachable. And I would agree that this was the easier puzzle compared to yesterday, but it was just fantastic. Absolutely phenomenal puzzle. Hope that you guys enjoyed the puzzle as much as I did, or anywhere near it, because you'd be rating this amongst the highest you played recently. Hope that you enjoyed the video as well, and see you back for the next one. Bye bye for now.